Rob and Slim Show.
Hey, it's Racheal McIntosh.
What's going on, Rachel?
I'm ready for my spot.
Oh. So is Pete.
What?
I mean, Lamborghini.
Yeah, he will run you off the road.
He's kind of a
Lamborghini's crazy. He does not care.
He won't look back, not even for Frankie Tube Steaks.
Dude, he said he just does. Nobody gets it. He just does not care. How you doing, Rachel?
I'm all right.
Are we still on some?
Oh yeah, we're good.
Fuck yeah! How's Rhode Island doing?
Oh man, it just keeps snowing.
We got like 2 inches, and I can't fucking handle it.
No, I know. I'm literally can't handle it. I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna go to Chile. Relocate. I can't take this. I cannot take it.
I can
The
imagine.
kids that are doing the shoveling in the driveway, though, they're making a ton of money.
Oh yeah, sure they.
Like every other day.
Yeah.
Every other day, they're over here. I'm like,
wow.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, I give them $30. And then 2 days later,
Christ.
thank you so much. I give them $30.
Yeah.
I've spent so much money on this kid. He's getting his college education paid for.
We had a kid come to my door and offer. I was like, "Well, I can give you a blowjob. That's about it."
Reach around to blow you.
Needless to say, I had to shovel my driveway.
Yeah, needless to say.
Yeah, we haven't gotten much at all. We had that one night though. Holy shit, Saturday I think.
Yeah.
Dude, it was coming down like it was real windy. It was,
Yeah, the freezing fucking
oh, miserable.
This Lamborghini drove me in that.
Oh, yeah. That was fun, man.
I would never drive with this Lamborghini
Wow.
in a snowstorm.
He's doing probably 200,
He was
225.
road raging the whole time, man.
4 Locos.
That's when I ran over Frankie.
Damn, bro, you owe him a hospital. A hospital bill.
You're gonna be seeing hospital bills.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to find me.
Yeah, I got family in Maine. I don't even know what they're going through right now.
They're still alive or not, right?
Yeah, exactly. They might just be under a brick of ice.
Yeah, no, it wasn't as bad as right around Boston. Outside Boston's like literally, it was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
This around my house was right now. I think we've got a foot and a half. We got the car that keeps getting shoveled out. And then around the walls around that are probably maybe a foot and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a buddy who lives in like the Boston area, and I was messaging him. I was like, "Yeah, I'm just sick of snow," and all I got back was "fuck you."
Yeah. No, but it's miserable. It's not even. I homeschool my kids, so the kids and I are literally trapped in this house.
Wow.
And can't go outside, and it's not even like fun snow.
No.
Because it's so heavy. It's not like you can go sledding and like, ooh, we'll go sled. And it's so cold. The kids, like, even when they first started, they got their snowsuits on and they're ready to go out there and start. They came out literally 3 minutes in. They're like, it's too cold. Sitting in this house staring at snow.
Yeah, I just tell him it's recess and let him go.
Well, it's just it's just discouraging. And
Yeah.
those little, I broke down and I got one of those sunlight lights that are supposed to help your mood.
Yeah.
And that's just a cruel joke. You're like, okay, I'm going to cheer myself up. You got this thing, and you're sitting there. You're like, this is a cruel joke, man. This is really, really. I can't get over. So next winter, this was it. I'm no longer going to be in New England for winter, like at
Ooh.
all. I'm going to become one of those snowbird people.
Jersey Shore?
I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. How do you find the time to homeschool?
How do I not find the time to homeschool? I mean, look at what's going on in those schools.
Yeah.
That's
not good.
basically what it comes down to.
I
When
think
first
about that every
had
now and
the
then.
idea to do it. I decided when they were little, when they're tiny, real small. It was about the summer before they were supposed to go to kindergarten. So I packaged them up and brought them to the school that they were going to be going to for kindergarten, so they could kind of see what it was going to be like and get them all psyched about it and stuff.
Yeah.
We ended up going through a metal detector to get into the school, and it was, I want to say it was May. I think it was May. And the kids were in the school were mental. They're bouncing off the walls, they're screaming, crying, both. And I have twins, boy and girl twins.
Yeah.
And my kids are hanging off me, and they're clutching my hands, and they're looking at me like, because I'd been trying to get them excited about it. Like,
Don't
isn't
do this to
awesome?
me.
You're gonna be going to school, and they're looking at me like, Mom, don't do this. And when we walked out, my son goes, Mom, that place sounds like a really sad place. And I said, yeah, it really does. So then I started looking into private school, and then the only private school that I think I could afford for these two little ones to go to kindergarten was a Catholic school, and that wasn't really what I was thinking of doing for my kids. You know, not really me. So then I started thinking, well, and I heard of people homeschooling. I said, well, so I got involved with this other woman who was homeschooling her kids, and then we had 7 other moms come over to her house once a week and kind of do a play date with our little kindergarten-age kids. And then we decided, why don't we just make this into a real homeschool thing? So we formed a little nonprofit group. Next thing you know, it grew to 175 families. And each family, the average family had 4 kids in it. And it was a homeschool group for people who were not religious. I mean, you could be if you wanted to be, or you could be whatever. It didn't matter. We just didn't want to be in public school. And now we have groups. We actually have a representative that goes to the State House to deal with the laws that they might pass, and we have committee of people that do field trips, and it's turned into like a real thing. So meanwhile, I homeschool my kids.
That's what I was going to ask. How do you handle like like socializing the kids?
That's the number one question everybody always asks. The great thing about homeschool is that your kids aren't packed into a box with other kids made on the made on date. You know, like they're not in a class with kids their own age. They're with other kids of all different ages. So their socialization, they're looking at the older kids, how the older kids are dealing with them, and they're dealing with younger kids with them too. So, and my kids, I feel, have really awesome skills. They can talk to an adult like no problem.
Wow.
They can talk to a little kid like no problem.
Because I worked with this homeschool dude. He was weird.
Yeah, I do have to say,
Yeah.
some homeschool people, they are not ready for prime time. But in general, I do feel that the kids that I've watched my kids interact with are really cool.
That's cool.
I'd always be afraid to homeschool my kids because it'd be me teaching them, and the fact of it would be is like they would know everything about football and like sports, and know nothing about math or science, and they would know some history.
But the cool thing is you can teach a lot of cool stuff. Like you take it something that you're interested in, like football. You can teach your kid math with football, no problem.
Yeah. So
you just start talking about like, well, if he could get 3 touchdowns in an inning, well, how much is that? You know, that's how it works. It really is quite simple. And you go to a bookstore, they sell these pre-made books, and all you do is just go through them. There's different types of curriculums you can choose, and there's such a thing as unschooling, which I'm this damn close to doing right now, is just not doing anything with your kids and just letting them figure out what they're interested in.
Wow.
Which may be playing Minecraft for 4 hours a day.
That's how I got into tranny porn.
Right, you know, exactly. But they're gonna pick something up from them. It's gonna be useful for their life.
And funny thing is, there is actually college courses with Minecraft.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
when I was
My kids love that shit. I can't even like let them play it because it infuriates me. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, I don't get this, dude. Like,
what's the funny thing is I know when I was in the Army, they were saying that, or when I was getting into the Army, they were saying a lot of a lot of more technical jobs, like with flying drones and stuff like that, they use like PlayStation controllers because that's what people know.
wow.
Yeah, no doubt. I remember last time I was on your show, I was promoting my book, Little Yellow Stickies.
Yeah.
When I used to work for the defense contractor.
Yeah.
I went to a conference, and it blew my mind. I had to be 15 years ago now.
Wow.
That they had this big exhibit on these guns that were no longer trigger finger pulled, they were thumbs.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Because they said this next generation that's coming up into the Army, their thumb is the most
We're
agile.
Serious? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. You had another book just come out too, right, Rachel?
Yeah, it's called Bubbles Will Pop. It's the follow-up to Little Yellow Stickies, when the main character in Little Yellow Stickies becomes pregnant, and she pops her bubble, and she lets out she lets out 2 kids.
So
And
Cherry gets popped and she pops.
she popped, and then while this is all going on, the character, who is based on me, was heavily invested in real estate, and it was right when the real estate bubble popped. And so this book is all about how she acclimates to life with children, no longer being fairly well off working for the military-industrial complex, and the things she starts recognizing in her world around her and the things that were bothering her. She's basically waking up from the hard slumber that she was in, making lots of money, working for a defense contractor, and she's waking up to the reality of the situation, that the economy is falling apart, that her kids they're not going to go to this school that I'm telling you. She's going to homeschool. And she has MS, like I have MS. And I think I told you the last time I talked to you that almost everything that happens to this character in these books happened to me in real life.
Yeah.
So Jocelyn McLaren is her real name. My real name is Racheal McIntosh, and her name is Jocelyn McLaren. And Jocelyn, she has a bad MS episode, and that's when she decides she isn't going to do Western medicine, traditional Western medicine on herself to get through that. And the other things that are going on with her is that she decides she wants to fix some of the things that she saw at that defense contractor when she was there. I mean, if life was so great, she would have stayed there and just kept making tons of money. But some pretty nasty things were going on at that place, and she decided she wanted to fix them, and the only way she knew how to do that was to get involved with politics. And in real life, I got involved with the Ron Paul campaign pretty hardcore. In fact, I'm in a couple documentaries, one of which is named For Liberty. It's on YouTube, I think, still.
Cool.
And that, while all that was going on, a lot of really weird stuff was happening to me. Somebody was breaking, weird stuff, things, like I came home one day and my door was open and nobody had broken in. It was Christmas time. My Christmas tree was up. All the Christmas presents were under the tree. And why did somebody break into my house but not take anything?
Yeah.
Well, the next thing you know, my computer is in the other room, and I start smelling smoke. And somebody had come in, and they had basically, in the story, obviously it's very dramatic in my story, they came in and took the memory out of my computer and started my computer on fire.
Wow.
And I was like, wow, that's weird. And then the next weird thing that happens is my cell phone gets stolen. But that was a weird thing that happened too. Somebody went out to my car, broke into my car, trashed the inside of my car, just flipped everything around. They didn't take anything again. And it's like, why would? And my purse was even in the car. Why wouldn't they take anything? They didn't even take CDs. What's wrong? But they did take my cell phone, and they took my cell phone. And when I called the cell phone company to, report my phone stolen, and I asked how. Has anybody called from that phone? They said, no, nobody's called from that phone. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And they said, I said, why would somebody do that? They said, probably just they want to see who you're calling.
Huh.
Oh, man. So the little things
Are we
like
being
that
watched right now?
So I'm getting worried.
Yeah. I'm getting a little excited.
Should I go get my tinfoil hat?
Chad Meek.
So things like that kept happening to me. Happening to me. And it got worse and worse and worse until the FBI's talking to me and everything else. And so that second book is all about the weird stuff that was happening to me, and it's communicated through the character Jocelyn McLaren. Also, which is the even more fictional part. That part, anything around Jocelyn actually happened to me. The stuff that is around the character of Ethan, who is the father of the children, that's where I got fictional, because in real life, the father of my kids was a mercenary. He was in the mercenary division at the defense contractor that I dealt with.
Wow.
And he was going through his psychological, I guess he basically had a breakdown, and a lot of weird things from my perspective, being the woman in the house, watching children and dealing with it, watching him self-implode. I included a lot of that in there and enhanced the drama of that too. So
wow,
that's the other part of the story.
This needs to be a movie. This needs to be a movie because I don't like to read much. It sounds amazing.
I'm glad I'm on this show then.
Slim does. He's a real fucking bookworm. It's in his dating profile.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, I've got a production company that's very interested in making this into a film, and there is a screenwriter working on it right now.
Wow,
So,
we actors, and I'd love to be in something.
You want to be in the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frankie.
Well, let me see. Let's see. We could put you in. Oh, I know where to put you in.
A billboard.
No.
Robin.
You can be an extra.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. All right, you be an extra. You can be in the scene where Jocelyn goes to the Ron Paul meetup. But in the book, he's not Ron Paul. He's
surly janitor. I got a vest just for it. It's got corduroy up top. It's fucking sweet. And a Mack truck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
a Mack truck patch.
Those are the type of people that are at that. So it's
Stop throwing shit on the ground. I gotta pick that up.
I gotta clean all this shit up.
Yeah.
No, you get the lemon scented sand when people puke.
Oh, puke sand.
So no, but that's what this book's about. The second book's about when she leaves that defense contractor and what she does to try to correct the things that she saw and try to make the world better for her kids.
Cool. Hey, we got a caller on the line. Who's calling?
Yeah, this is Chippa.
Hey, Chippa.
Yeah. Why don't you put Rob in your cooter or something?
Chip is awesome.
Fuck yeah, I'm punching out, guys.
I love you, Chip. Oh, that's my cousin. You there, Rachel?
You gotta know him to love him.
Oh, I love him. That's one of our fans, Chip Chipperson. He's a good guy.
So, Racheal, working with the government so closely, have you been abducted by any aliens?
Or probed?
You know any deals going on with the government and the aliens?
The gays, the Greys?
we had a guy on earlier who claims the Greys made a deal with the government.
Took us?
I have no.
Hey, Roger just took us pretty good.
However, I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't. In the book one, Little Yellow Stickies, there is a scene in there where I did see a project called Project Lisa, where they were, and it just was amazing. It was on the anniversary of 9/11. I was in Virginia, and it was a demonstration of a type of software, and it was the beginning of me being aware of the NSA, how people were tracking conversations and how they were tracking bank movements, and they had made this computer screen that they're projecting on the wall, and they had all these different icons of like nuclear bombs going off and tanks and different things, but they had this one icon and I didn't know what it was, and I raised my hand and I asked, what's that thing? And they said, well, which one? So I walked up there and I pointed to it and I'm kind of laughing. I said, oh, it looks like a UFO. And the guy goes, it is a UFO. And I was like, oh. And I sat down. Everybody in the room looked at me like I didn't even belong there. And the guy, and then some general takes over and he goes, look, the United States, with the military, is tasked with a lot of things that are, even if highly unlikely, we have to have plans in place. So in the rare event that something should happen, like for instance, a nuclear bomb would never really go off in the United States, but we do have plans already signed off, they're sealed away, and if we ever got word in that a nuclear bomb was going to go off in New York City, we'd open that package and we'd respond with the way that we've planned it out. And so we do have plans for alien contact.
That's like the zombies. They actually
Yeah.
have a plan. They put out a statement years ago on if the zombie outbreak ever happened.
That was right after the dude showed the other guy's face off.
Yeah.
In Florida.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We
There's a
got
whole-
this covered.
Chain of events after that.
I like your Facebook status, Rachel. If the show's any good, I'll post the link.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I do.
Oh. We're not that bad, I hope.
Well, look, man, I gotta leave people. I can't put it right up there, free range. You know, I gotta do a little intervention.
Little damage control.
Yeah, just in case. I mean, I got an all ages audience over there.
Yeah, we are pretty inappropriate, especially when Pete's doing
Pete Lamborghini is
doing a power hour, bro.
I hope the government has plans for the Lamborghini.
They're gonna probe him.
He's the whole defense contract against the UFOs.
Give him a 4 logo.
They take me up.
They're gonna let the aliens, and they're like, "Well, this is a dumb race."
This is why we're all gonna fucking burn. Because he's our spokesman. What's he doing with his fingers?
Oh no.
I thought he could like dislocate or something.
Nah, fuck it.
Touch rudder. All right, Rachel, we gotta get going. We have another interview in a few minutes. But it was
All
great
right, well,
talking to
hey.
you.
Thank you so much for having me on, guys. Have a great night. It already sounds like it is great over there.
Oh, it's always great. Now, where can everybody find your book?
Oh, go to Amazon. Right to Amazon.com, and then you can put in my name, Racheal, Rachael L, McIntosh, McIntosh, and you'll see little yellow stickies, and you'll see bubbles will pop, and you might even see the 28 pages, which is the 28 pages from my book, which describes how 9/11 went down inside the defense contractors. Wow,
Cool.
it was going on.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
That's awesome. Very good. Thank you so much, Rachel.
All right. Hey, have a good night, guys.
You
Take
too.
care.
We'll be in touch.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Better recognize.